What's up, guys? Welcome to our final lesson of the week. It's Friday. I'm excited. Let's get our work done and go into the weekend vibing. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good about our work. Today, we're going to do some word problems. We're going to be actually solving all of the word problems that I gave you on Wednesday. You were to decide then if they were multiplication or division. So you should have had a little practice there in deciding what they were. Hopefully you reviewed that, so you already know going into this what you're supposed to be doing on these problems. But now it's about execution. So let's do a couple practice problems together, just two of them here, and then we'll see if you guys can be a little bit more prepared for your assignment today. So the first problem we're going to do together here, Jay is cutting a roll of biscuit dough into slices that are 3/8 of an inch thick. So an inch is like this big, 3/8 of an inch is pretty small. If the roll is 10.5 inches long, how many slices can he cut? Go ahead, pause the video, do exactly what you think you should do, use your gut, and then we'll compare. So hopefully you're unpausing right now to check your answer with mine. Let's see how you did. This is a classic division problem. I know this because I'm cutting something into slices, right? Cutting something into pieces. When you break something up into a bunch of pieces, you are dividing it up, right? Just like if you were supposed to share your cookies with your siblings, right? You have to divide them up among them, right? You always give them less than you get because, you know what I'm saying? So dividing up these pieces, this is a division problem. The question is what are we dividing? Well, we're dividing the dough into pieces. How much dough do we have and what size of the pieces we're dividing it into? Order matters very much when dividing numbers. So we have to decide what is it that we're dividing up, and that must come first. That's our dividend. What is it that we're dividing up? Well, we're dividing up the roll. How much of the roll do we have? The roll is 10.5 inches long. So we have 10.5 inches of the roll, and we need to divide it into pieces that are 3/8 of an inch thick. So the problem we're going to be doing today to decide how many slices he's going to get is this problem right here. Okay, now going into this, got to turn this to an improper fraction. 2 times 10 is 20, plus 1 is 21 halves. And then this is going to be divided by 3/8, but I know that dividing fractions is multiplying by the reciprocal, so I'm just going to flip it and multiply. And 21 times 8 is 168 over 6. And in order to figure out how many pieces he's going to get, this isn't a very good answer, right? Because the question is how many slices can you cut? We're actually going to divide this up and figure out exactly how many slices. So we'll do 168 divided by 6 to get our answer here. And let's see, 6 goes into 16. And 6 goes into 48. 8 times. Our answer here, 28 slices. And here's all my work. Most important part is determining this was a division problem. Next most important part, what order you divide in. If you didn't do this in the correct order, then you might have got a really weird answer. Like, let's say you accidentally did, you did everything right, but you forgot to flip your problem. And then you got 63 over 16. And then when you divide that out, you would have got an answer like 4 or something, which wouldn't really make sense. If you're dividing a big piece of dough into tiny pieces, you're going to have a bunch of tiny pieces. So your answer of 4 or close to that wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so really think, is the answer that you wrote down reasonable? And in this case, 28 slices, taking a roll of dough that's nice and long and cutting it into little tiny pieces, it would make sense that I would have 28. What's your answer to this one? Let's try one more. A sloth spends 4/5 of its life asleep. If a sloth lives to be 28 years old, how many years does it spend asleep? It's like you guys spend 4/5 of your lives asleep. Come on, man. Okay. Pause it. Hopefully you're coming back with an answer to me. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's not. Let's find out. See if we can learn something today. 4/5 of its life was sleep. So I know that it's not going to be 28, right? An answer of 28 would be ridiculous. It doesn't sleep its whole life. It'll be less than that. So what do I need to do here? I need to find 4/5 of however long it lives. It's 28. I need to find 4/5 of 28. 4/5 of 28. Finding a fraction of another number. Of is that key word, or means to multiply. And in this case, 4/5 of 28 would mean to multiply 28 times 4/5, or 4/5 times 28 doesn't matter because with multiplication, the order doesn't matter. Division, it does. So in this case, we'll do 28 times 4/5. In order to multiply these, we'll slap a 1 underneath the 28. I'll multiply across the top. That's plus 12, 112 over 5. Is that right? 28 times 4. Yep, 112 over 5. And then in order to find out how many years the sloth spends asleep, we'll just divide this. 112 divided by 5 should tell us something reasonable there. So let's do 112 divided by 5. 5 is in 11 2 times, which is 10. And down, 5 goes into 12 2 times, which is 10. We have 2 left, so 22 and 2/5 of years of its life. Now let's see if this makes sense. 22 and 2/5 years. Does it make sense if a sloth lives to be 28 that it will have spent 22 and 2/5 years of its life? Well, 4/5 is a lot. It's almost one whole. That's almost its whole life it spends asleep. Is 22 and 2/5 out of 28 years alive, a lot of it to be asleep? I think so. I think that this is a reasonable answer. I'm gonna go with it. Throw it in, and we're done. Hopefully, this helps you guys identify these a little bit. You have 6 problems. Thanks. Have a good weekend.